Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, March 29th, 2020. And look, I am not wearing my Navy mom sweatshirt. That's because I am just about to go try to go hiking in Patapsco State Park. Hiking is still a great thing to do as long as you practice social distancing. So I'm going to show you what can be done with that in just a moment here. Oh, before I do that though, I want to make sure to wish happy birthday to Danielle Hayes. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Danielle. So I've been hiking, and some of you might be wondering if you can truly do social distancing. Some people are now calling it physical distancing because actually we want to stay socially connected with one another, but we need to be physically apart. And the Maryland state parks are still open. So the shelters are closed and the interpretive centers are closed and lots of other things are closed. Um, but the state parks are still open, but they have some suggestions. Of course, if you're sick, stay home. Again, all the shelters, campgrounds, cabins, nature centers are closed. You still want to limit your group to 10 people or fewer, even if all of you are in the same household. If there are 10 or more of you in the same household, you still, if you go hiking out into the state parks, you want to limit the people in your group. Avoid the most popular trails in the park and give other hikers plenty of space. That's what we've been doing. So recently in Shenandoah National Park, made sure not to go to the most popular ones. We went to the trails that are really rarely visited, and we went super early to beat anyone who was trying to explore the area. Allow adequate personal spacing at the popular sites, overlooks, and park features. That's another thing so far. I haven't seen any problems with that. But again, we go early. One of the big problems that you see are people who maybe aren't usual hikers, who don't know the trails as well, who don't know the normal rules when you're hiking. For example, one rule when you're hiking is that on a single-use trail, only one person can fit on the trail at a time. Those people going up get the right of way. People who are coming down from a steep slope, they're supposed to step off the path and wait until the people who are climbing up. That's one of the rules of hiking. When you get a lot of people going to the parks who actually don't know those rules, it can get a little bit more confusing. So if you're going to do something new, like hiking, hey, you know how to work the internet. Why don't you go and look up some of the best rules and tips for hiking before you go out and do that? All the playgrounds are closed. And of course, you don't want to all gather together in the parking lot or at the restrooms. There's lots of trail marks at Patapsco Valley State Park. If you just look up Patapsco State Park trail maps, you'll find, and of course you can bring these up on your phone, download them on your phone, take a screenshot on your phone. Most of the trails are really well marked in Patapsco, really clear blue blazes, orange, yellow, whatever the color of the trail is. One word of notice that the color on the map does not necessarily match the color that's blazed on the trees. In Patapsco, however, the blazes actually do match, which is really unusual. Students who have hiked with me before should recognize some of these names. Here is Cascade Trail. This is Cascade Falls Trail. We usually park out here. This is Landing Road, right here. We park here by that subdivision off the side of the road, and then we take this trail right here all the way down to Cascade Falls, which is where people do start to congregate. So I really recommend, if you're going to get out and do Cascade Falls, a nice 1.2 mile hike one way, so about 2.5 miles there and back, that you get out early. And if there are a lot of people down at the falls, that instead maybe you enjoy one of the smaller little watering holes that's just about equally as pretty just before you get there. The plan, we're actually not doing this one today. So usually I do this Cascade Falls, and then I go to the orange and do the Ridge Trail. And then I take this short connector trail right here. And then I do this Morning Choice Trail right here. And I come back to where we parked on Landing Road. That's where I usually go. Today, however, and again, some of you in the hiking group have done this with me before. We've been on this trail before. There's been quite a bit of rain, so I want to do a trail that's a little bit rockier because then there isn't as much mud. So instead, we're going to park up on here, which is Hilltop Place, and we're going to come down Sawmill right here, and then we're going to come up this really, really steep, rocky place, and we're going to do this short little hike today. That's the plan. Then if that isn't enough hiking, then what we'll do is we'll come down Buzzard Rock, come down this gristmill, which is paved, and then come back up Sawmill. If you have any questions about hiking or what you can do and how you can make that better, just email me. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm waiting. How can I help you? After that, I'm going to read more of The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. I started this book yesterday as a read aloud. It's meant for grades 3 through 6. So many of our seed students are too old for this, but I love, 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 love this book, and it still made me cry. So if you haven't read it, once I'm done reading it, you could check it out as an ebook, and you could read it yourself as an ebook, just like you can read any one of our hundreds of ebooks. Or for the younger members, here is chapters 1 through 4 right here. And for parents or for you older high school students, if you're helping to take care of younger brothers, sisters, cousins, here is a teacher's guide to this book. So if you're trying to help keep people that you love, their minds active, and keep them interested in something, here is a teacher's guide for those of you teaching from home. That is it for today. I am about ready to take off, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.